Welcome! You are here to listen to 4 songs in those 2 tunings and also 4 technical chapters like playing the octaves, the white keys and the black keys, which I tuned. So it's not the entire piano I tuned to save some time, but for the purpose of demonstration and for me also to finally get some practical experience of comparison, I put together this setup. So I just would recommend you to maybe close your eyes while you are listening, because I will display which tune it is here in the picture. And 2 things that were interesting for me I just want to share. So on the 3rd song, which is Moonlight Sonata, I can recommend you listen to the bass. So I did listen to it on loudspeakers, not too high volume, just a good comfortable level. And there the bass makes my body vibrate in one tuning more than the other. So that's for Moonlight Sonata at song 3. Maybe check out the bass there on good loudspeakers. And the other thing I find interesting is at chapter 7, where I play the white keys fast. For me there it is easiest to technically hear what the difference in the tuning is. But main goal for me is like, okay, which tuning suits which song. And so 2 of the songs I already did record, the Comptine and Live, and 2 other songs, 3rd and 4th, I didn't, so it helps me to decide on a tuning there. So, enjoy! Let me know in the comments, please, how you feel about this and what makes this for you maybe interesting or not. And in the end I may tell you a bit more to like what is actually the tuning about, if you are interested. But for now, enjoy. So the first song is Comptine by Jann Tiersen. The second part of the title I just can't pronounce, so I don't. Especially with the first song, please do yourself a favor, close your eyes, and then I would recommend, after listening to both versions, you go back to the beginning, open your eyes and see for yourself which tuning it is. So with that said, close your eyes now, please. So the song you just heard I did cut in half to change the tuning there, which I had no idea I was going to do that when I recorded it. But here my ears are not annoyed when the tuning changes, which is interesting, because usually when I switch from one part to the other part right in the middle, my ears are a bit annoyed and need time to adjust to the new tuning, which sounds like the piano is out of tune the first moments, but it's not. And maybe you will hear that in the next example. I will make those examples also available on YouTube Shorts, so you can listen to them in regular order there if you like. Song 2, Live, song by myself. Feel invited to close your eyes now. So maybe those snippets are a bit short to get into the feeling of each tuning, but I still like it to compare the same part in both tunings. So when I have a whole song and compare that, I just can't remember the same part when I have different parts, wait until the end, and then have the other song. So I have to switch back there to get the exact piece. So I hope you find this helpful. The two songs are available at my YouTube channel at full length, both in 432 Hertz, and the other songs will probably get available later. Song 3, Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven. Song 4 is a new one by myself with probably the name Go. This is the last song in this comparison, and you may close your eyes now already. And just for the fun of it, to also maybe reset a bit your ears, I will sneeze for you in 3, 2, 1. So I did plan first to just have those examples as separate things, starting one, ending one, have a bit of a break, then listening to the next one. That's why I also did record it without a metronome, and now I regret that a bit, but it's just easier to hear the effect if I cut them the way I did. So I hope that makes sense to you. And with that said, we now close the chapter of the songs and move on with the first technical thing, which is just playing octaves. Later you will hear me playing octaves and a bit on top of that, which is just so easy and beautiful to just create something yourself. And so I will give you that later, so stay tuned, and first just the octaves here now. Next chapter, slow played white keys as single notes. At the end you will also have a bit of the upper part of the piano that's not in tune, just to hear how that sounds. Now it's not in tune. Now it's not in tune. So now it is too high from the point of 432 Hertz. Before, from 440, it was too low. Next chapter, white keys played fast. Last chapter, black keys played as single notes. Congratulations, you made it through the comparison. And now some additional stuff around the tuning. Just for the fun of it, when I play back the 440 Hertz Comptine version, you can look how this tuning app responds. No. Listening to both tunings at the same time may cause some pain, but hear for yourself for maybe 10 seconds now. the sake of the comparison, I just played without a pedal, which is the strings are muted than other than those that I press. But I so much enjoy putting the pedal down so every string can ring, and this is like bathing in a sound ocean or something like that. So and this is what you do not get by playing electric keyboard. There you can do other fancy stuff, but this specific experience is just something special, which for me is worth tuning the piano and keeping it that way. So I will just give you a short demonstration. The microphones are off now, so I first have to tidy up my recorder. It is full after I prepared a lot of material for that stuff. But just let me play some octaves and a bit of stuff for you at the end here. Yeah, maybe you get the idea. And for me, this is so beautiful. So find yourself an acoustic piano, which is in whatever tune, but so in order for the strings to resonate with each other, they have to be in the same tuning. So an octave will, within an octave, the strings will resonate with each other, and this gives a lot of just more frequency and space, if you want to call that. And yeah, I like it. In the back you see actually my setup for a different project, which I recorded just after the tuning comparison video. And that will be released soon, and maybe you enjoy that as well. For the technically minded, the comparison video I filmed with the microphones just above, with the bit open. And for this video I put the microphones behind, so there is this wooden plate that resonates, and this actually creates the sound. And so I like the setup like it is right now, and maybe you can hear a difference between this recording and the other recording. So that's about to come, and yeah, see you there maybe. So what exactly is the piano tuning about? So usually we have the middle A, which is here at 440 Hertz. Right now I tuned it to 432, and it's just the reference point. Yeah, so from there, in the Western world, we used to have octaves, which is doubling the frequency or lower it by half. Yeah, so it's technically the vibrations per second double. Yeah, so this is 440 vibrations up and down the string goes in 1 second. And so you double that, we call that an octave, works in both up and down the way. And then between an octave we have 12 steps. Yeah? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's all. Yeah? And they are arranged on the piano in white and black keys. On the guitar you just have the different frets, and on the 12th fret it's the same notes. So you just change that to a different frequency and you get a bit of a different feeling. Yeah, and in classical orchestras, they go higher than this. So I haven't played there, so I don't know which variety we have there, but it's quite common to go a bit over the 440 in classical orchestras. So yeah. So there are piano tuning apps that try to create some sort of temperament, but I prefer a straight app and checking the harmonies of octaves myself then. Here I am at the area where the piano has 2 strings for each note, so each pair needs to sound well together. I am muting one string with my finger or a tool to hear and tune them first individually. Playing them by thumb gives a slightly different frequency than by the piano's hammer, so I go back and forth and see how each string behaves if they are not easy. Most strings do not ring out straight at one frequency, instead they wobble around. So to align 2 strings that wobble differently can take a bit of time. So they go wow wow, and so if the other one goes just straight or in the other direction, that's a bit So if you are a pro, you can do this faster, and I just tuned my first 5 pianos over the last 2 years, 2 of them several times in the houses where I've been. And here I want the strings to ring out nice even after a while for the project I am going to record after the comparison actually also. Yeah, so this is now fine for me, and then you just go on with all 88 keys. So if you can safely tune a guitar, maybe you can try an old piano then. And right now it takes me like 1.5 hours to get that done. So I hope it was worth the effort, both for me and you. And I say goodbye with some outtakes now. Reaching 1,000 subscribers would be the first goal here on YouTube to get more interesting for the algorithm and spreading my music and contents like this. So your help by commenting and sharing and subscribing would help me. So thanks for considering.